A different universe demand the phenomenal reset. Globalism, far-reaching principle pay fake. News and media control and loads of cash to get all that going. This is what the commonplace stunt researcher imagines. Right when they contemplate Davos, the Bilderberg assembling, or even the Bohemian woods. Yet is there any reality to this? Are the elites truly controlling the world? And given that this is valid, the thing, are they plotting? Moreover, who is a piece of these get-togethers? Could it be a reality that soon you will guarantee nothing, and you will be delighted? Well, it's time to put on the tinfoil covers, Aluxers. We ought to go down the haziest and most secretive dim openings. Here's where billion-dollar social occasions are held, readily gotten to alux.com, the place where future big shots come to get stirred. So we ought to get going this video with the clear main thing in need of attention: Davos and the world monetary social occasion. We ought to do a bit of history enrolling before we go with the more rough and problematic parts. So generally, consider the Davos most elevated point the world money-related conversation social event has created into one of the most basic stages for world trailblazers, bosses, and taught individuals to analyze pressing around the world issues and clearly continue with work laid out in 1971 by German monetary expert Klaus Schwab. The WEF initially began as an European the board conversation. Anyway, it quickly created to incorporate a greater extent of subjects and attract individuals from all around the planet. Today, the yearly WEF meeting in Davos covers a wide display of subjects, including monetary perspectives, administrative issues, advancement, natural change, and how people should live as shown by the elites. Among others, consistently, the WEF meeting in Davos is facilitated around a specific subject. For instance, the remarkable reset. Yes, it is certifiable, not a plan. Globalization 4.0. Then again, making a typical future in a broken world. These subjects guide the discussions and sheets with which are gone to by huge number of individuals, counting heads of state, heads of major endeavors, scholastics, and activists. The WEF meeting in Davos is known for its high-profile list of individuals to go to, which has included surprising figures like German Chancellor Angela Merkel, philanthropic charge entrances who's a significant help, and even past U.S. presidents. The event also attracts hotshots and forces to be reckoned with who are significant into social and environmental causes like Bono, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Greta Thunberg, plainly now adjacent to the appropriate discussions and sheets. The WEF get-togethers in Davos are furthermore notable for their tip-top, hello in a manner of speaking, events where individuals can arrange likewise, collect associations any longer. How do we say it? Relaxed climate. These social gatherings held in rich ski chalets and lodgings give the ideal setting for world trailblazers and business magnates to deliver affiliations and strike deals from the public eye. And trust us, the impact of the WEF meeting in Davos is nothing to chuckle at. The conversation is notable for its effect on major overall techniques and for empowering public-private associations to address, at any rate, typical and pressing challenges. The event has similarly defied examination for its particularity and for tending to the interests of the overall five-star rather than those of the greater people, and this is where things start to get interesting. One of the fundamental responses leveled out against the WEF is that it supports pay difference. Furthermore, fills in as a social gathering for the around the world supreme who are more stressed over their own benefits than with those of the greater people. Many battled at this Event is just a pretense for the well-off. In addition, wonderful to join their effect and seek after decisions without considering the necessities of the ordinary individual. At present, we ought to talk a bit about the uncommon reset. To put this into perspective, the exceptional reset was introduced as the subject of the WEF's 2021 yearly assembling, and it addresses require a significant difference in our social orders, economies, and establishments. Considering the new pandemic and other overall hardships, the unbelievable reset is uncommonly hopeful and envisions a more reasonable, far-reaching, and intense future by settling issues, for instance, pay difference, ecological change, and mechanical interference. It calls for reconsidering private venture, progressing accomplice-free undertaking, placing assets into green advancements, and developing around the world joint effort to make a more impartial world. Now all of this on paper may sound like John Lennon's Little Look at Paradise. At any rate, the exceptional reset has furthermore become a lightning shaft for neurotic thoughts. Additionally, fears for specific people unraveling this as an abhorrent plot by overall elites to expect order of the world and undermine individual open doors, and there might be a seed of truth in that without skipping a beat. The expansive thought of the proposed changes and incorporation of solid, strong figures doesn't not do the drive any endowments people who are at present careful about around the world foundations, and the elite view the remarkable reset as an undertaking to harden power and power, a different universe solicitation, provoking stresses over the lack of individual autonomy and opportunity. Those who read a ton from George Orwell can interface with these concerns. Likewise, the unbelievable resets highlight on a more concentrated, formed overall response to challenges ought to be noticeable as a threat to public power. Savants fight that such a philosophy could incapacitate individual nations, limit to administer themselves and choose to the best benefit of their inhabitants.